as we're getting this one underway here. It's going to be a tough one to call. But I don't know. I see this one going to at least a game 4. We'll go ahead and try to see if Yami can kind of bounce back. I think, you know, it's for Saffron Rise to have gone to 3 to game 5 with Set to Destroy X, especially seeming on the cusp of a reverse sweep, that's momentum in and of itself.
Definitely.
Let's see if Yami's able to recover.
All right, so we're going to see how Yami starts off here. It seems like we've got Silver trying to opt onto the left side here, and that's actually a very good thing because on Snapper it's super, super open. If you're able to secure one of those like open areas right off the bat, that's going to be really easy to get the tower, at least from the hardest points, the chokes in the middle, all the way to the area where it's more open. You can start getting support going on. So this juicy Vlogs here does unfortunately go down by Yami, but it seems that Saffron is actually doing a very good job getting the tower ready with no contest on the left side.
Your boy Dia went in for a 1v1, didn't come out on top, and this time Spec will as well. It looks like they're winning their 1v1s until that point alone, where it looks like Nerd here was able to at least be helped out by Vlogs for just a little bit. Nerd's going to get pushed to the side there, and they're going to lose tower.
Absolutely not. Brian, unfortunately, they're pulling a 2-DOS spawn in the water. Vlogs doing his thing here on the right side, going back into the tower, trying to support Dia. This is what I was saying before. If Dia can get that support from Vlogs on the left side, he's going to be able to do some pretty magical things and potentially escort that tower to the next point.
I want to point out really quickly, we saw Kazuki on the far right side of the map as this tower is being pushed. We need to watch out for a flank in the coming moments as long as Saffron Rise can keep this push going. A lot of you know, forethought in how this push might go for their team. It looks like Kazuki actually came back with the team, seeing that they dropped 3v4. Smart move in my opinion.
Definitely what you're saying. There are a lot of forward thinking is needed in order to escort the tower to a very, very far point. A lot of things need to think long term. It looks like they're going to have to panic, otherwise they're going to take Dia off the tower there, and that should grant them an opportunity to keep pushing that tower up onto the third checkpoint here.
Yeah, it looks like something's cooking here for Saffron Rise. It looks like the Rapid Blaster will be able to take down Brian, but someone's coming from behind. They have to be wary of this player. Dia's going to super jump right into the Trice Walker, but at what cost is this going to come? Silver's going to come a split second too late. They're already at the 18-point marker. And Yami is coming in a little bit too late.
It's still going
towards the 10-point, 5-point, 4-point. And I think they're going to knock out this one out as Saffron Rise gets one heck of a quick start on this one. And you've got to start wondering what the response has to be from Yami here.
That was absolutely insane. You definitely saw why Saffron was able to escort it so far. They had that crazy escort support going on. As one of them was riding the tower, you saw Phlox going in insane with the Brella, trying to get that guy off there in the mid. And he was able to do that exceptionally well, and that pretty much got them the victory.
You saw Yami for, you know, two of their members seemed to be going a roundabout way when the tower was approaching, I think, the second checkpoint. We saw, I believe, Silver coming in for the flank behind what was Dia super jumping in. Was able to catch Dia, but Dia being there in and of itself added a couple seconds to Silver's recovery. Silver, unfortunately, wasn't able to get to the other side of the river in time, and by the time he did that, he was able to be splatted and taken down. And so a lot of the effort that they did to kind of get around and maybe sneak around from the back didn't turn out in their favor, which
it's also a game of low ground and high ground, I find, too. There was that one part where the tower was in that one checkpoint, and they were just kind of like raining hell right from above, and that made it really hard for them to be able to stop that push at all.
Yeah.
Once they had that position locked down, it was pretty much a go from there.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I respect the kind of audacity to go for such a play in which, you know, you are going to wrap around the team despite the fact that you see the score ticking down from 30 to 20, etc. And it's one of those calls that's 50-50. Sometimes it works out and it goes really well. Other times it does not. And so, yeah.
Well, we are moving on to our next set here. We're going to be doing Splat Zones on Manta Maria. How do you think the difference is going to be compared to the first match we just had here?
Yeah, I mean, Manta Maria, obviously, well, it isn't quite, I don't think that map image fits there. But yeah, Manta Maria on Splat Zones, I mean, I think Yami's going to fare a little bit better here. They've tended towards Splat Zones more in general as a team. But for Manta Maria in particular, again, points of elevation across the middle of the map. You would like to think that for the, you know, the diversity of weapons that Yami is able to play, they're able to kind of adjust the weapon comp here to kind of take advantage of these height disparities. But we'll be able to see how these teams adapt. Obviously, the changes from some teams, you know, are steadfast in their 4-weapon comp that's consistent from winners round 1 to grand finals.
But I think it's a really cool test too. As you can see here on Manta Maria, the Splat Zone is split into 2, and I find that when that happens, some of the engagements can be a little bit weird sometimes. Sometimes there's a reduced amount of engagement and more focus on turfing in this case, compared to others with only one zone. But we're gonna have to see how that turns out.
We have Yami in the purple and Saffron Rice in the green. And we're going to go ahead and get this one underway. Kazuki here on your right side with the rapid blaster and getting an early start. As we see,
I'm sure we're seeing much of a composition change on behalf of Saffron here, but it looks like they're starting off strong anyway, already kind of taking the first zone and being the first one still now.
It looks like Spectre with the roller doing what they can to be able to keep this offensive stymie, but unfortunately for them, it looks like in a 3-4 situation where the ink output is so much more, especially with the help of this battling, they're going to lose control of zones really quickly. Brian nearly goes down, but I believe he's going to try to fake out. Oh no. You saw what he was trying there for, right? Like he motioned as if he was going towards the right, kind of for a flank, and waited it out, went to the left, was expecting open charted waters, and got a face full of ink right there. So as we get started on it here, Saffron Rice is getting a very quick lead. I don't think we see any purple inside with 50 points already taken down. This is kind of treacherous waters here for the green side.
Yeah, it started out in a very sticky situation, but you know, stuff has to happen sometimes, and it's okay if that happens. But they got to find a way to get back really quickly. Saffron continue to take into the zone here, going down to the 30-point mark here. But Andy, if he can do something about it, he can change it up. But no, yes.
Oh, okay,
yes,
an extended fight there. I was not expecting him to win that. It looks like both sides of that firefight were not hitting their shots, but with Andy's one-on-one win there, they're able to claim zone and finally, for the first time, stop that ticker from going down on the green side, which was incredibly needed at that point.
Absolutely nuts. They were able to win that engagement, and that pretty much got all their players back. And starting to form a front line here on both sides. So Spec trying to play a little bit carefully here, making sure that he gets a clean pick so he can take the 2 in the zone later on. But it seems that they're going to retaliate with a bomb rush, and that should be a guaranteed cap.
Yeah, the bomb rush and bubble combo obviously being quite the lethal one. We saw one from Yami kind of sneaking towards the corner and hiding. I believe it was Brian, but unfortunately he was not going to be able to do much with that sneakery.
Kazuki making it a little bit hard here, trying to plant those. And those mines can actually be very, very difficult to deal with, especially if you're trying to put yourself in a position where you can be in a good position to take care of the zone.
Right.
Those mines are actually going to be a really tough thing to deal with, trying to market the players and make it tough for them to all approach and get some sort of clutch kill in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And and because of that, Andy, we're seeing him, he's trying to play a little bit of distance, abusing the range of the pro to be able to try and at least cover one zone, but he has to rely on his teammates on the left side to be able to make anything happen. Bubbles coming in, maybe see if we can close something out here.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of, honestly, just like Splatoon 1, Bubble Kraken, like, this is our only shot. Now, you saw Yami just playing super safe and waiting to build up their specials, and here it is, but it really isn't quite enough. They haven't really been able to follow up specials with fundamentals, and looks like Andy's going to drop down in a 1v1 here with Kazuki as he has the advantage of range and had nowhere really to go in that situation. Saffron Rice taking this one 2-0 quickly.
Saffron going absolutely ham here. Kind of touching back on what you were saying before about specials, how Splatoon 1 things were kind of a little bit more oriented towards invincibility and stuff, but you do still see in situations like this, it really is all about the specials turning things around. And I find, even so, it's still a special-oriented game, and it kind of makes it tough sometimes to eliminate
right. Well, I mean, I actually made that point so much as to say that it felt as if they didn't really have like a backup plan, and I don't know. I mean, sure, like the plan in and of itself is putting out bubbles with like the remaining seconds you have left and just playing patiently is a viable one. I'm not going to take away from that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe some more decisive teams that may be more confident in themselves to be able to take on one person that they see, because we did see 1 or 2 people for straight picking on Andy's POV. I don't know. You would see teams that would potentially go in for that 1v1 and try to make something happen preemptively before the bubbles come out, but I don't know.
I think there's a majority of different ways that you can kind of use those to either secure certain areas or try to work on the objective. I think people are discovering this a lot more, and they're actually trying to take it more into consideration to be used more frequently. But I do hope that we can see a little bit of a twist in composition potentially, because I didn't really see much change happen from the first to second game. But we are moving on to our third match here, Kelp Dome Clam Blitz.
Yeah, I'm ready to get clammed out of my mind right here with Kelp Dome coming up. One of the better ones I'd like to play on Clam Blitz. Actually, no, Clam Blitz in general, it's a winner for me. And especially, like, I think the one, I mean, obviously people have probably talked about it on stream time and time again. But one of the, like, very frustrating things about Clam Blitz is that there's not really a good way to practice it individually. And, you know, going into solo queue, doing that, playing that mode is kind of tough to deal with because it requires so much emphasis on coordination with your teammates. Now that we're in a LAN setting to be able to do that, we have the benefit of being able to potentially, you know, see a lot of that coordination and teamwork basically come to fruition here.
Totally a thing, man. It's crazy the amount of coordination that you need to be able to win a game of Clan Blitz, because you've got, you know, you form the what do you call the power clams? Super clams?
So it looks like we're going to actually not have this match currently happen. It looks like there might be a broken mic on the scene, so we might be looking at having this match reset as we get our technical difficulties kind of wrapped up. So, you know, we have some time to kill, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so we're going to wait this one out for a while as we get everything underway. But yeah, no, so far it looks like, you know, obviously being 2-0 down can kind of be somewhat intimidating. You have like a good map list you're looking at for the remainder of this kind of set. And for Yami, obviously, you know, a good amount of time that they're going to have to be able to look out for the other side and, you know, kind of scope out what the possibilities are in being able to take on the Saffron Rice team that, you know, so far has been kind of really been hard to read. Obviously, if you're going into this tournament as one of the top teams, you're expecting to play at a top level, you're going to be researching, you know, the teams that you know. And if you look down the team list and see Saffron Rice, it's like, okay, well, I mean, I haven't seen their team Twitter, haven't seen them in SQSS.
I haven't.
There hasn't been an EndGameTV article written about him yet.
Are we going to get on that more?
I mean,
well, we have construction going on. I think,
yeah,
right?
I mean, there probably is going to be one, right? I mean, you can't have the story that you had here and just not have a story on them.
Sure.
But yeah, no, essentially, like, so it's for Yami to come into this tournament, I'm sure they couldn't have expected, you know.
I don't know if they're hearing what we're hearing right
now.
now.
But we're hearing a lot of squid bagging and the game audio is a little bit distracting. But either way, yeah, no, basically, you know, being in the situation that, okay, yeah, let's just.
Yeah, I'm going to take my.
Game audio off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is off. It is off. Stream can't hear it.
Okay. Well,
All right.
but yeah, no, it's a little bit. You know, it's funny how like, this is kind of similar to when people spam AB in the game menu and they just kind of are just trying to like, I don't know, fool with people. But either way, yeah, no. So again, Saffron Rice being a team that went into this somewhat unknown, it's hard to research them up. But now that we have a good bit of data on them, Yami was in the audience kind of watching their play. You know, now they have a leg up and are able to kind of be able to at least know, you know, have a book on them now at this point. And so you would like to think that there's something they can do to kind of remedy the situation here. Maybe some response. And maybe, you know, the Clan Blitz in and of itself is enough to actually change the story for them. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Looks like they're filling up the clammies here.
Yeah, they're still trying to end the match. But that's something we
taking
realized. It takes a lot longer to forcefully end a
Clan
match.
Blitz, yeah, no, because they're all over the place. And, like, even if you're actively trying, like, as soon as you get a football.
They're trying they're trying to work to finish this. I wonder if it would have been faster if they had actually tried playing regularly compared to.
Yeah, I feel like if your boys just tried playing and just had Saffron Rice come through with the win, would have probably been quicker, but it's cool. But yeah, basically, a note on the voice cons situation, by the way. We were actually able to have, you know, all of our setups here provided by Astro. Super fun. These headsets that we've been able to actually have players use for the entirety of their play has been actually super, you know, noise canceling. We've got that sweet leather on my ears. We're talking like like that leather, whatever it is more comfortable than the bed I sleep on. I need that. I need that. Next time I go to IKEA, I'm going to look for whatever material that is on Astro's headsets and just get that as a bet. It's been cool, and you've been playing too, so you've gotten that experience as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, honestly. Compared to like what I use back home, I have like a PX headset, and just it doesn't really compare to the quality that we've had here at least. So I'm definitely going to consider potentially investing in one for sure. And I've also loved like messing with like a mix amp like right there. I've never been able to actually do that. I don't even have a mix amp. But
word.
I definitely want to
reconsider,
experiment with that more.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay, so
looks like we're getting it away. Yeah.
Okay.
Clan Blitz, good old Keldome. Splatoon 1 classic that lives on very much in our hearts here.
For sure. I'll even tell you, as a person doing spectator camera, this is actually really hard to spectate as well.
Oh yeah, shout outs to Jay
for
actually taking on this camera op role. We've had Jay, we've had Apple, and we have you, of course, taking that on. And good luck, honestly. We're going to have one heck of a ride here on Clan Blitz. As Saffron Rice is looking to wrap this one up. Team Yami, they're just looking for answers.
All right, so it seems that we have Saffron trying to focus a little bit more on the center. We got Yami, I'm assuming, trying to collect a little bit to the side here and then see if that's actually going to be able to pay off. We're playing defensive with Dia, trying to assert a little bit of pressure, and it seems Saffron is going to go.
We are 20 seconds into this one, and the push from Saffron Rice is phenomenal here. Football is going to go in.
There they go.
Somehow Nerd here is going to force his way in the middle
Oh.
of a miss and threw it over the wall. Is able to finally get there, have the clans here to back it up, and they've taken 2 people down, able to keep this push going further. My goodness, we saw a rather conservative start coming in from Yami.
Watch the request for a backboard.
Let's roll this one back a bit, and I believe they're going to be able to recover. Nerd's going to be taken down. There's only 1 player left in the middle with any clams left. And as Yami are recovering here, I just want to kind of roll back to what we saw at the beginning. We saw the purple lane side, Yami, you know, we saw Spec on the right side, but such a slow start in comparison to where Fox had headed in the first 20 seconds of the game. I'm not sure what exactly was happening there. I think we saw Brian on the left side of the map at the start getting the proper aggressive start that he should have gone. But the other 3 members didn't really see them get too much of that start that they maybe needed. As a result, lost a couple points there, 47 to be exact. And it looks like they're trying to get an offensive going. Silver doesn't get the special out just in time. Football is going to be taken out by the likes of Saffron Rice here. And now with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, still no answers back.
It seems the things that flipped over before it was Saffron trying to take on the center, and then used Yami to be able to do that and try to go for an escort. Unfortunately not making it, but Saffron still holding on to their 47-point lead, 23-point penalty. Looks like they're back in control mid now, and Dia is going to have to try and find a way to either get back this group or have the group come to him and potentially do another escort here.
Right.
Both teams holding on to a super clan.
I mean, they're chilling with the football here. They're ready to strike, but now it's a matter of what path do we take, and it looks like Fox is going to make the call of, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and move it right. We have 2 Yami members here that could, actually no, they're going to move it back left, play defensively. Good call in their part. They don't know how many clams are here quite yet. And they're going to, the choice to play conservatively here seems to be paying off. They're going to be able to at least trade in a place where now they can actually move their football and get it before Saffron Rice with the football on the other side of the map was actually able to get on the offensive. And now because of that, they might be able to take this timer just a little bit, but unfortunately they don't have enough meat to back that one up. That's just going to be a football and what? 3 clams, 2 clams to follow it up, and that's it.
Yeah, that was a little too much for Andy to deal with in that one little choke, having Stewart come and retaliate. And let's see how that fares out back in the middle. But Spec swapping it up, going back to Andy here, trying to collect clams and be able to regroup.
I mean, they have 10 amongst themselves, but obviously no need to really pass it up right now. They see the football coming on the left side of the map, and a bomb rush coming out as well. Now let's see if...
They're in a very tough position here, trying to find a way to get down. They're going to have to go all the way around or back onto the edge of the mesh, kind of near their old tree here. It looks like they're actually escorting back the mid here. Andy has to try and find a way to not only stop the guy on the top, which he's been able to do successfully, but be able to find a way to stop the football back in mid. Swapping over to Brian. It looks like Saffron actually has 3 down. This is going to be another opportunity for Yami to kind of go back in the choke and potentially beat the 3 that they have. And they're going to be able to do it
to the right of them, but Silver's more or less in a 2v1 right here. They should be able to force this, but the choke point makes it a little bit difficult. Buller's going to come on in.
Here we go.
Football's going to drop. A teammate needs to follow them up, but the Bravo is going to stop that push single-handedly in its tracks. It's Fox in the greatest position possible there to stop that push.
Unreal. I thought they would have had a chance right there. They would have been able to break their penalty and maybe just beat the 53 that's on them right now. Right. Look like they're going to do that, but Spec going to come out of nowhere, potentially clutching it out. He does have
the football
itself, but not going to be able to make it.
And even in that situation, even if he was able to get to it, he didn't have the follow-up of his team. He was covered. He wasn't in no man's land just because the rest of the team was unfortunately taken down.
Yeah.
They decided to go for it. It was respectable. Wasn't going to happen, though.
Nah. Even dealing with, like, not even thinking of the specials itself, but just the weapon composition they had. They had Dia kind of against going in the back and Kazuki kind of really helping with the front offense, which is really good synergy. But will that be enough as Andy's trying to make his way?
Andy's struggling. Andy's struggling. I believe he hasn't gone down quite yet. He's going to win that 1v1. But with Fox here on the other side of the break, it looks like they're going to go down. Andy gets a hit marker. Not able to follow that one up. But 2 members having gone down, they're not able to pick up the football now.
This has been absolute chaos in that one particular quarter. I wonder if Yami's going to try and opt for a different route to see maybe if Teaser can actually score. Not going to happen as DNR
4 seconds left. I mean, it looks like Saffron Rice is going to move on. And Yami, this is your last opportunity to make any statement here. You don't have as much time as you want with the football. You have to move that right now. Silver's going to move it up. He has the support that he needs.
Last chance. Last chance. Here we go.
But, I mean, they have to pick up the football immediately.
Take that. Go.
But no, he's not able to.
But Andy coming in with the support. Maybe he can change it out.
No, not quite just yet. And Saffron Rice is going to move on. And Yami will be one of the first teams that unfortunately eliminated as they showed shimmers of brightness there. They showed hope. But unfortunately, the cohesion needed on Clan Blitz to pull that one through didn't quite come up in the end. Yami, unfortunately, going to be taken off by the pickup squad that has really exceeded expectations at this LAN. As we see both teams kind of congratulating each other and giving a handshake that we kind of typically see at LANs here. It's a respectful atmosphere. It's a nice atmosphere to be around. And more than anything, we were given 36 seats for this audience. And we're going to see everybody become a huge family here as top 8 years, top 4 years. We're going to see our family coming together and just kind of being, back to back, shoulder to shoulder, as we always have here at Splatoon LANs.
It's honestly, it's such an amazing experience. The fact that I was even able to make it here after Squid Storm is it's amazing, honestly. And
we're popping.
I just want to give a little shout out to the people that were actually able to help me get here. Personally, thank you so much. Like, it's been an unreal experience. It's really great to see our Splatoon family once again at such an amazing event.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if you haven't been to a LAN before, like, words cannot describe just how thrilling and how exciting it is just to kind of be around all these people that you talk with online, and they're people. They're real people.
The boys are here. The boys are here.
I can't describe it. It's
it's insane. So obviously, we're now on the West Coast. This is our second West Coast LAN. Our first one was Don't Bark in the Grass in Seattle. We try to kind of make our regional stops across the U.S. Unfortunately, only the U.S. right now. But, we try to go from place to place, and fortunately enough, are able to strike our West Coast crowd here. We're able to kind of be, for the first time, in the same convention hall as a Smash Bros. Tournament. Obviously, one of the bigger Smash Bros. Exclusive tournaments out there. Genesis 3 and 4 have been wild experiences, and to be here for Splatoon, my favorite game, is quite the trip in and of itself. So to be able to have that experience is something that we've taken a lot of joy in. To be able to bring this Splatoon experience here once again to the West Coast. We'll be here more and more often, but as we're getting underway here, I believe we're going to progress into winners semifinals and losers round 2. That match, the match that I've been waiting for personally. Team Olive set to destroy X. Whew.
Wow. I didn't even expect that. That's,
No. They're meeting up in the winter semifinals, actually completely due to the fact that their pool was just bonkers. Hexen comes in late, got like 50 flights.
Oh, yeah. Not even just Hexen, too. Like, a lot of people have been having trouble with flights. Because there was a lot of, I think,
the southern, ice storm.
Yeah.
This snow apocalypse of 1 inch of snow just came barreling through the south, and nobody could stop it.
One flake.
One flake.
One flake, and
the state collapses. The infrastructure of Florida, Georgia, and Alabama combined maybe have 3 snow trucks, and unfortunately it was not enough to get Hexen's flight up in time. So because of that, their pool play was incredibly intense, especially between the Saffron Rice team we just had up here. And they ended up, against Tudos and his children, and unfortunately because of that, we saw them going down very early on without their captain, quote-unquote captain. I guess they don't have a hard established captain, but they've more or less agreed that Hexen is.
He's their shot caller.
I think
that was kind of a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that, when they're kind of losing their way or focus from that him, which typically doesn't happen, but when it does, Hexen does find ways to kind of organize everyone together and be like, okay, we need to go and shift and, do point, option A, B, or C and make it work, and they make it work. I mean, they've been performing relatively well. We just have to see how that's going to fare against Team Olive.
Definitely.
Super exciting set.
Definitely. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick break here as we have the remainder of winner semifinals of this top 12. Practically now top 8 bracket, I guess, coming through with our next match coming up. We'll be back. Don't go away. More Genesis 5 action to come to you guys shortly.